Hey guys, this is Psycho Power Ranger here to bring you part 2 of the Hall of Monuments quickest way to 30 points, which has now kind of become just the quickest way to get specific points that will equal to 30 or more points. It has come to my attention that there's several things I missed from my first video that several people told me about the same specific thing, so I decided to make a part 2 that will add all of these things into it to finish off the build. If you wanted to do all of them together, it would probably be around 35 points, so you could actually get another title as well. So, with that being said, let's get started. Alright you guys, we're back in Devotion, and the only difference from the original video is that you can actually get a unique miniature for free. It's called the Black Moa Chick, and this is how you get it. First, you get an incubator kit, north of Leviathan Pit. Secondly, you want to get a Moa egg, south of Fort Rannoch. Third, harden that egg at Morningvale Falls, south of Durham Archives. After that, you want to get nesting materials from Newish, north of Yanar Market, which the nesting materials are scree wings. Alright, after that, you want to get a volcanic rock, north of Ember Light Camp. After that, you need to get a herring, which you can get from Grun the Fisherman in exchange for 5 Boggs Fin Scales. He's basically north of Riverside Province. Fifth, you get a bunch of Junie berries just outside of Sunspear Sanctuary. It's a reward from the quest Insatiable Appetite. You get this quest from Marga Coast. Alright, after that, you need to get a honeycomb. One of the easier ways to get this honeycomb is from the Gift of the Traveler, or the quest A Hunter's Pride. And then seventh, you need to go to Sorrow's Furnace with 2 quests in your quest book. The Final Assault and the Forge Heat. Once you have those, you want to make sure you get yourself hit by the Sorrow's Furnace. Once that happens, you should have the Black Moa Chick. Alright, so for honor, I was told by a couple people that getting the cartographer titles is long and tedious. I know that it's long and tedious, but it's not nearly as long as tedious as a lot of these other titles. So I added those in. But they gave me some other suggestions, and that is the Conqueror of titles. What you need to do is complete all of the quests in that set area. For example, in the Underworld, there is 11 quests that you need to do. If you complete all of them in just one run, then you'll get the Conqueror of that specific area. Like in this case, you would get Conqueror of the Underworld. And there's 4 of them that are apparently easier than the other Conqueror ofs. So what you want to do is Conqueror of Sorrow's Furnace, Conqueror of Fissure of Woe, Conqueror of Underworld, and Conqueror of Domain of Anguish. Sorrow's Furnace also goes really nicely together with getting the Black Moa Chick. Now, if you'd rather do these over cartographers, it's completely fine. You will get just as many done for this way as if you did the 4 cartographers. Also, it's really easy to get Survivor. I'll be putting up a link around here as to how to get those builds. And those builds will make it very easy to get Survivor. I did that in like 10 hours. It was very simple. What I suggest you do is you just use the money from doing this farm to buy experience scrolls, and that will increase your experience from 300 to 550 per kill. And that's just awesome. Alright you guys, let's head on to the next one. Alright, a couple of you guys expressed that you didn't think Fabian armor was worth it. However, I still think that it's worth it. You don't need to do it for that last point, which I will talk about later at the end of this video. What you need to do is get 4 armors plus the Luxon or Kurzik armor. I think the easier ways to do this is to get the Imperial armor and Ancient armor, because that requires you beat the game, maybe even the Elite Sunspear armor, depending on what character you have. Then, you need to get the Luxon armor or Kurzik armor, and then you need to get 2 of the titled armors, like Norn armor and Asuran armor, in my case, is what I'm going to be getting. After that, you're basically done with all this armor, and it shouldn't run you too much money because armor isn't that expensive as long as you farm correctly. On to the next one. Alright, finally, destroyer weapons aren't as expensive as I thought they were. They will probably run you around 40 to 50k. They are put together with 10 diamonds, 10 onyx, 250 granite, and 100 iron. Diamonds in chat as of 5/27/2011 cost 2k, and onyx gems cost 500 from the rare material trader. Granite as of 5/27/2011 costs 7k a stack, and iron is negligible, so that's not very difficult to get. And finally, it costs 5 platinum to put the entire thing together. Altogether, like I said, that's only 40 to 50k and runs you an easy 1 point. On to the next thing. Alright, finally, like I said, there's still 1 point you need to have it all finished. How are you going to get that 1 point, you ask? Here's a bunch of different ways. You could get yourself 30 miniatures. If you have miniatures just laying around, or you like miniatures, or you just want to spend your money to get the final miniatures, that's one way to do it. That will get you 1 point, and that will finish your 30. You could get yourself another 10 more companions. You can get a lot of armors. There's a couple sets of different armors that are like 8 to 10k each, so that would cost you 80 to 100k to finish that 1 point. Alright. You could just finish up the last 5 more titles that you need to do. Maybe you want to do those cartographers like you said. Or maybe you want to finish those other Conquerors of. Maybe you already have some of these titles that I don't have that you could have just thrown up there, like Lightbringer or a Gladiator skill or just anything. That'll get you 1 point. Maybe even more if you have a PvP point. You could get yourself 2 more armors, or a Vabian armor, if you like how Vabian armor looks, or if you like 2 more of the other armors. That's 1 other point. Those will run you about 170 to 220k. Or you could get yourself a Tormented weapon. I don't know the cost of Tormented weapons right now. I didn't research them before this video. But you could go Tormented weapon for that last point. That will get you 30 points, and you will be flying high with all the items. Thanks for watching this part. Alright, there you go. That's all of the easier things that you can do to get your 30 points in Hall of Monuments. I believe I covered everything that everybody had told me that I missed out on. Hopefully this will help you get all the cool things that you need for Guild Wars 2, which I'm so stoked for. My in-game name is Psycho Power Ranger, spaces in between all that. If you want to add me in Guild Wars, add me. In Guild Wars 2 will be the same. We can just do something in Guild Wars 2. It'll be a lot of fun. So you know, if there's any other questions, just ask me. If you'd like any other kind of tutorial video, I'll do the research and I'll figure it out for you guys. Thanks for watching. Peace.